Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're zeroing in specifically on you, our Capricorn listener. We're looking at your astrological forecast for September 2025. Now, Capricorns, everyone knows you're the Zodiac's master builders, right? All about structure, ambition, that steady climb. So what's the cosmic blueprint looking like for September? Our mission, as always, is to pull out the key insights, give you that aha moment, and basically a shortcut to knowing what's coming your way next month.
And September 2025, it's got a really clear current for Capricorns. It's this strong practical drive. You've got the sun in Virgo for the first part of the month, hitting your ninth house of expansion. So you're feeling this urge, not just to achieve, but to do it with real precision, real purpose. It kind of feels like the universe is saying, okay, here are the tools, let's build something solid. But what's really interesting is that this push for, external stuff, it runs parallel to some internal tension, especially around home and work demands. So this duality, it suggests that for you, Capricorn, real success in September. It's about balance, how well you juggle ambition with, staying grounded.
Okay, balance. That's key then. Not just pushing ahead, but doing it strategically. It sounds like September is asking for smart navigation, not just raw effort. You mentioned the strong practical energy, sun in Virgo. That definitely clicks with the Capricorn need for order, right? But how does that actually feel day to day, this energy, and where's that tension coming from exactly?
It's very tangible. It's like waking up with a clear to-do list already forming in your head. But at the same time, there's this little voice reminding you about stuff at home or family things needing attention. That Virgo influence gives you this amazing focus on details, practical fixes. You'll find yourself just naturally streamlining things, getting efficient. Now that tension, the push-pull you asked about, a lot of that is Jupiter. Planet of expansion is sitting in your fourth house, home, family, roots. So it's pushing for growth there. Maybe a family thing needs sorting or your living space needs a big overhaul. And at the same time, you've got Mars, action planet, firing up your 10th house, career, public image. So two big planets pulling you hard in different important directions. Home versus world. It's not necessarily conflict, but it's definitely a call to consciously decide where your energy goes. You got to orchestrate it.
Right, orchestrate. Like conducting two different sections of an orchestra needing attention. Got it. And speaking of that drive, that ascent, let's focus on work, the professional side. It looks like September has some pretty significant chances for you to expand your influence. Sources mention possible good news, like a promotion, or maybe new responsibilities. Can you elaborate on that? What's backing this surge? Is it about leadership or maybe new ideas?
Yeah, this professional boost looks solid. It's strongly supported by Mercury communication, thinking and making really nice aspects in your career zone. What that means is your ideas. They land well, people get them, they're well received. You might suddenly find yourself leading a key project or people specifically seeking out your expertise. It bumps up your visibility, your authority. So it's not just more work. It's about getting recognized, having a bigger impact, stepping up, maybe into a role you've been quietly prepping for. Now, connecting that to money, the picture is generally stable, which is good news. However, there's a big caution flag. Uranus, planet of surprises, sudden changes. It's making a tricky aspect to your money houses. That signals a higher chance of unexpected expenses popping up. The boiler breaks or a family member needs help suddenly, something out of the blue. So while career's looking good, this is definitely not the month for risky investments or financial speculation. Smart planning, maybe beefing up the emergency fund a bit, that's the way to go. Build on solid ground, no gambles.
Okay, seize the career moments, but keep the finances buttoned down. Very Capricorn, makes sense. Let's shift gears a bit. From professional to personal. Love relationships. September might be a sensitive phase, is how the sources put it, for Capricorns in relationships. Potential for, discussions. Minor tensions, maybe. How does that fit with everything else going on? Is it necessarily bad news?
It might feel a bit off, when you're so productive elsewhere. But these relationship shifts, they're absolutely tied into the month's emotional undercurrents. We've got Venus, love planet, moving through a more private, introspective part of your chart. That tends to dial up emotional sensitivity. But here's the thing, these tensions aren't automatically negative. Think of them more as, crucial growth opportunities. This is like the universe nudging you to clear the air. Have those deeper talks you might have been putting off. Yeah, they might be a bit uncomfortable right then, but these conversations can lead to really profound understanding. Stronger trust. More resilience in the relationship. It's less about finding fault, much more about finding that common ground through just being honest. And for single Capricorns, that sensitive energy shows up differently. With Mercury playing nice with your social zones from your career sector, there's this intriguing possibility. Someone new, someone who really sparks your interest, could pop up through work, or maybe studies, academic circles. It's about finding that connection right where your mind and ambitions already are.
That's a great way to look at it. Sensitive talks as pathways, not problems. And finding a spark in your natural habitat, very fitting for Capricorn. Okay, now, something vital that often gets sidelined when ambition kicks in: health. Energy levels. With all this drive, these demands, what's the impact on your well-being in September? Sources are pretty strong on this. You need to pay attention to stress, fatigue. That constant busyness could really take a toll, couldn't it?
Well, absolutely. This is critical. Capricorns are known for stamina, for pushing through. Sometimes you see rest as, like, optional, a luxury. But with Mars driving career, Jupiter expanding home stuff, your energy reserves will be tested. The cosmic message is loud and clear. Rest, proper sleep, they are non-negotiable this month, seriously. Your physical body, ruled by Saturn, needs careful maintenance to keep up that pace you love. Think of yourself like a top athlete. You wouldn't skip recovery and expect peak performance, right? Skipping rest now isn't just about feeling tired tomorrow. It risks burnout, proper burnout that can actually derail those big goals you're working towards. So prioritizing self-care, whether it's mindful breaks, solid sleep schedule, maybe even scheduling time to de-stress, it's not slacking off. It's a strategic investment in your success. It ensures you can keep going with strength and clarity.
Self-care as a strategic investment. I like that. That frames it perfectly for Capricorn mindset. Okay, what about social life? With so much focus on work, home, health, where does seeing people fit in? Seems like September offers a nice chance to reconnect with old friends. That sounds good for the soul. But also building new professional networks.
Exactly, and for Capricorns this month, those two things are actually quite nicely linked. That chance to reconnect with old friends, maybe Venus, is helping out there from your friendship sector that offers vital emotional refueling. These are the people who get your history, who keep you grounded. Spending time with them can really ease some of that internal pressure we talked about. It's like recharging your emotional battery with real, authentic connection. And then at the same time, yes, with Mercury and Mars busy in your career houses, it's a prime window for building those new professional networks. And these aren't just, quick handshakes. The planet suggests these new connections could actually grow into something more. Long-term collaborations, maybe, mentorships, or just meaningful support down the road. For a Capricorn, every interaction can hold future value, right? And September looks ripe for planting those seeds, cultivating relationships that genuinely help you on your path, both personally and professionally.
So it's about quality over quantity and connections, cultivating relationships for the long haul. Sounds very Capricorn. We've covered a lot of ground: career highs, money cautions, relationship nuances, the absolute need for self-care. Which brings us to what the sources call the golden advice for you, Capricorn, this September. And it's a big one. Don't let ambition stop you from enjoying the present moment.
Yes, this really is the thread tying everything together, isn't it? Look, success, achievement, it's core to who you are as a Capricorn. It's baked in, we know that. But September's whole story, especially that tension between your drive and your personal life, it's a huge reminder. It's about realizing that rest, real human connection, just being present, these aren't distractions from your goals. They're the fuel. They're the foundation for success that actually lasts, that actually feels good. If you're always looking only at the next peak, without enjoying the view or the climb itself, you risk missing the small joys, the grounding moments, the vital recharge points that actually sustain that powerful ambition you have. The universe is basically saying, hey, consciously mix in moments of presence, connection into that busy schedule. What's the point of getting to the summit if you were too busy climbing to notice the view or who was climbing with you?
That's such a crucial point, especially for a sign so focused on the climb. The journey is as important. So let's recap for you, our Capricorn listener. September 2025. It's humming with strong practical energy. Big achievements are possible, especially career-wise. But it's also a month where strategy is key. Planning around balance home, work, you. Making self-care a priority isn't optional, it's crucial. And maybe most importantly, remembering that connection, enjoying the now. That's not fluff. It's essential for success that feels truly fulfilling and lasts.
Precisely. This month really highlights that your well-being, taking time to rest, nurturing connections, being present isn't separate from your big goals. It's actually a core strategic part of achieving them in a sustainable way. It lets you not just reach your goals, but actually enjoy the process and have the energy to build even higher afterwards.
And as you head into September, maybe something to chew on.